Hello, I'm Darryl Robert Schoon, and I'm here with Professor Fekete and Mr. Sandeep Jaitly. Several years ago, Professor Fekete became sort of famous in the gold industry for introducing the idea of backwardation, or calling the movement of gold on what the basis. And the professor's ideas about these were unique, and they've become sort of almost commonplace among sophisticated investors regarding gold. Mr. Sandeep Jaitly is beginning a service. In fact, he's already offering it, talking about this using the basis to predict the movement of the price of gold. And since you were the one who came up with this concept, Professor, I would like you to ask Sandeep a few questions about it.
Well, perhaps a correction, which I suggest that Sandeep should make, because you said the basis would predict the gold price. I think it would be more accurate to say that the basis is a more sensitive, a truer guide for trading gold. Could you elaborate on that?
Yes. The basis by itself is inherently a lot less volatile than the gold price. Okay. But movements in the basis, substantial movements in the basis, tend to portend something for the gold price, be it a few days later or be it a week later. It's been noticed that changes in the basis tend to indicate that changes in the gold price are going to be occurring.
All right.
Now, I think what you have done research, advanced research in this. And what you have done is you expanded the concept by introducing the so-called co-basis, and in addition to the concept of a carry, you talk about de-carry. So could you just say something about these new ideas, which, by the way, no one else in the whole wide world has yet discovered that it's just a half a loaf what they talk about the basis, but they never talk about that it's only half a loaf and you want the other half.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that it's been approached by the community at the moment, of which there isn't much of a community, is completely incorrect. The professor and I go directly back to Menger and his observation that there is no such thing as a monolithic price. There are always two prices, the bid and the offer. That is the foundation of the Austrian School of Economics, and so many things have been derived by the professor from that observation. So we are putting this into practice. The observation that there is no such thing as a basis, it depends upon whether you want to carry something, in which case you reference one thing, and whether you want to de-carry what you've carried, in which case you need to reference another thing. Just like you have to reference the offer for a stock if you want to buy it at leisure, if you want to sell it at leisure, you have to reference a different price, which is the bid. And the two are as different as chalk and cheese, and no one realizes it.
And while there may be other services which plot the basis, there is absolutely no other service which plots both of them.
Absolutely not.
That's the only one in the whole world. And therefore you are way ahead of the crowd when you subscribe to the service which Sandeep is offering. So I congratulate you on this project.
You know, at our conference yesterday, you described, in detail what you were doing, and you said something. You called it the Armageddon indicator, or the Armageddon trigger. Could you speak about what this is with the basis and your service?
Absolutely. The idea of the subscription service is to alert people to the Armageddon scenario, to when we reach the state of permanent backwardation. It was just coincidental that as we were waiting for this scenario to approach, nevertheless you can still use the basis to predict intermediate moves in the gold price, assuming there are sufficient changes in the basis. The gold price can move by itself without there having been changes in the basis.
Okay.
What we are looking for is changes in the basis which anticipate a move in the gold price. So effectively this service is the siren service. It's the red alert service. You know, that it will alert people to when that day or when that series of days and weeks has passed, when gold has been in a permanent backwardation. But up to that, plenty of inferences can be made about which way the gold price is going until we reach that end game.
Now we are throwing these concepts: backwardation, contango, carry, decay, but all this, of course, is explained in detail by your service.
Absolutely.
And the name of your service?
It's the Gold Basis service, and it's at www.bullionbasis.com.
Thank you, Sandeep.
And how much?
For $420 per annum.
I love this professor. Practical as ever, theoretical to the top. Thank you.